At 306 pounds from Mongolia, the Louisiana heavyweight champion, Killer Khan. And his partner at 454 pounds, the One-Man Gang. In the blue corner at 242 pounds, the Mississippi heavyweight champion, Mr. Olympia. And his partner at 238 pounds from Melrose, Minnesota, Precious Paul Ellering.
We'll watch the introduction now of tag team action. It'll be outstanding because the army of General Skandar Akbar, Killer Khan, and the One-Man Gang against Mr. Olympia and the muscular physique of Melrose, Minnesota's pride and joy, Precious Paul Ellering.
Well, that's right, boy. It should be a great tag bout. And, of course, Grizzly was on the hot seat with the Junkyard Dog. And, you know, I don't believe in getting your way in that manner, but I certainly sympathize with the dog. And I think Grizzly Smith does down deep. And he's doing his best to negotiate. He and Charlie lay behind the scenes to force a confrontation between DiBiase and the dog. Tremendous move. Mr. Olympia caught the One-Man Gang by surprise, but then when he went for the body slam, 454 pounds was too much for him, and the One-Man Gang got him up, but Olympia used his speed to get out of the way. Killer Khan, the Louisiana champion. Right here's a confrontation between Mississippi and Louisiana, the best of both. Both these men would like a direct confrontation for the state titles, respectively. Mr. Olympia with his speed and quickness and strength against Killer Khan. With his sadism, his overpowering size, and, of course, his martial arts ability. And here's Precious Paul, a man who the fans really do enjoy and the youngsters really get with because Paul spends a lot of time with them. And certainly a guy that shows a lot of perseverance and dedication to his sport, who was out 1 year with the knee injuries. Precious Paul showing he's got a little aerial ability too there. He puts Killer Khan into the ropes. And these guys have gone after it. They've got it together and they're going out and trying to get a victory right here against One-Man Gang and Killer Khan that would move them right down out of contention for that Mid-South Tag Team title. One-Man Gang, 454 pounds, a man who was going to pile drive Iron Mike Sharp. Drop toe hold. I don't care how big you are, if they can get one of those pillars out from under you, you got to fall. And while he's down, keep attacking it, just like Colonel Robley continually attack the head and neck area of Billy Starr. If you've got a point that's vulnerable, stay on it, go after it, but vary your attack on it. Skandar Akbar, who was livid with rage and also in tremendous pain after Mike Sharp 2 weeks in a row put the pile driver that Akbar had got re-sanctioned by Mid-South Sports and put it not against one of his hired assassins, but against himself. And the general is really upset, saying Mike Sharp dared to put his hands up on him. I'll tell you, if he gets around Colonel Buck Robley, he'll get some hands put on him too. Precious Paul didn't get quite enough height to take the big man off his feet, but he's out there firing away. This is broke down into a big wild four-way, all four men in the ring. This is what makes it hard to referee at a bout like this with guys this size. They're fighting away there. Doubling up on Precious Paul. He just caught two huge ones. Oh, and a clothesline by the One-Man Gang on Mr. Olympia and Killer Khan. This devastating team definitely could be #1 for that Mid-South Tag Team title.
Thinks better of it and backs away. Off the ropes, Armstrong catches him, a good shoulder smash. Armstrong up and over his man. It's Sawyer. Two leapfrogs, but Armstrong was set for him. A spin under takedown. Another spin under takedown. He makes the tag with Pat Rose, and Rose catches him. Well, Buzz Sawyer, who is never lacking in confidence, said, whoa, brother. He turned things around, but Rose hung on like a pit bull. Sawyer catching him with a couple of forearms. Brad Armstrong moving him back in once again after Koloff had tagged up. Koloff caught now. Good fireman carry takedown by Brad Armstrong. Armstrong drives the knee into the biceps of Ivan Koloff, the Russian bear. Koloff and Brad Armstrong tried a cross body block. Koloff one step ahead. Moved out of the way. Sawyer rifles the knee into the back of Brad Armstrong. Koloff comes down with an elbow. It's Brad Armstrong rolling to one side. Pat Rose set for Buzz Sawyer. Sawyer. Wow! Sawyer fainted high, drove a knee into the midsection. Koloff now, having made the tag with Sawyer. As Rose in trouble there as Rose came down from a high backdrop. Koloff tags up, Sawyer moves in. Sawyer has him in that bear hug. Tactic that he has picked up from Ivan Koloff. And has been using it very effectively. Now drives him back in. By the way, I'd like to remind you, of course, we've had several inquiries. The National Tag Team Championship has been held up. Sawyer missed that time and is in trouble as Brad Armstrong makes the tag. Armstrong exploding on Sawyer's midsection. Armstrong catches him a drop kick coming off the rope. As Koloff starts to charge in, Armstrong catches him. Brad Armstrong punishing both Sawyer and Koloff at the same time. Ooh, brother. And Armstrong practically knocked into the next county on that one. Armstrong tags up. Pat Rose moves in. Again. Pat Rose, a beautiful drop kick. Standing drop kick by Rose, and Rose closes in, but Koloff stops his momentum. Drives that Russian boot into the side of his head. Good backbreaker by Koloff. This is the thing about Koloff and Sawyer. Brother. It's over. It's over.
Steiner. His opponent at 265 pounds from the University of Oklahoma, Steve Dr. Death Williams. Their opponents, ladies and gentlemen, at 265 pounds from Kansas City, Hacksaw Butch Reed. And his partner, 275 pounds, Glens Falls, New York, Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Four top-notch grapplers being introduced in the ring in this tag match. The two former All-Americans, Dr. Death Steve Williams and Rob Ricksteiner, taking on the Hacksaws, Butch Reed and Jim Duggan. Carl Fergie with a bell says one from each team. Bill.
Well, this should be a cement mixing match. There's a lot of concrete in that ring now. Butch Reed sporting that orthopedic brace as a result of Ric Flair and Dick Slater ganging up on him after Butch had put the world's champion shoulders to the mat. And of course, the prognosis with Butch, he's got some pinched nerves. He can take the brace off, but naturally, his neck has become a target. And Slater and Sawyer both are aware of it, as is Ric Flair.
Bill, we're talking about four great grapplers. We're talking about four outstanding athletes.
Well, I'll tell you, either one of this team get after the Mid-South Tag Champions. And talking about the champions, I want to talk to Eddie Gilbert, hot stuff, before this today's event is over, because he has promised his picture, and I understand he paid $500 for that portrait. He's got quite a narcissistic complex, and he's promised to give that to somebody, and we've been carrying it on, and he has not yet announced when he was going to make his selection. We're going to try to pin him down later today. But right now, you've got some awesome people out there, and I keep looking around to see if Hacksaw Duggan has got his girlfriend here. It was rumored, and of course Slater didn't have Dark Journey here. I don't know if he's trying to protect her, if he's worried about the situation. It really has me intrigued. Rick Steiner is a powerful man. You see the tremendous deltoid development, tremendous leg power. I watched him in the national championships in Oklahoma City 2 years back, and he is a powerhouse. Of course, he's out there against Hacksaw Duggan, one of the toughest men in wrestling today. And there he just got introduced to a clothesline, NFL style. He's got two veterans from the National Football League on the other side, the Twin Hacksaws, who have never been beaten as a team. Tag is made. Dr. Death, there's no love lost between Hacksaw Duggan and Dr. Death. Dr. Death's got a bit of quandary right now. He was really geared for that Mid-South Tag Team title, and then DiBiase's career being ended. Doc is kind of trying to regroup and figure out his future and his direction. And of course, Doc and DiBiase had just humiliated Perez and Cooley right here on Mid-South television. Cooley is, after being hurt in the New Orleans bout, he has left Mid-South, but Perez is still here, and Perez has got a little bit of time left on that 30-day time limit where he had to wear that uniform where DiBiase and Doc were trying to humiliate him and make fun of him. Perez, a man of his word, great young athlete. There's Doc. Doc, oh, goodness. And Duggan's up, and they're both in that ring. This is an explosion, but here comes the Hacksaw victory. Have you ever seen such agility with these big men? These are powerhouse men. Look at them move around that ring. Double spear. A double spear. Now you know why this team has never been beat.
Hacksaw Butch Reed, Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
The spoiler moving out against Mike Jackson. Jackson ducks away very quickly. This match, one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Mr. Ellering, you sort of ignored my comment, though, when I said that Jake the Snake Roberts specified that he was indeed the very best in your group.
Gordon Solie, there's two sides to every conversation. Your side, my side, and your side happens to be the wrong side. You're trying to instigate an argument, and it will never happen. Your conversation is a lot like a dice game, Gordon Solie. At times, it's a lot of crap.
Indeed, Mike Jackson now watching his man carefully. And Jackson now back in that corner watching the spoiler. Jackson moves out, mates with a couple of left hands. He's keeping moving, and the spoiler's going to have his problems trying to trap him. Jackson slips away once again.
You know, Gordon Solie, the spoiler was just saying to me last week, what a fool that Brad Armstrong was. What a fool he was to defend that title twice. Even 3 times a week, Gordon Solie. Well, that just shows you how young and foolish Brad Armstrong was.
Interesting observation. Of course, the spoiler now catches Mike Jackson coming off the ropes, punishing him, and Jackson back to the canvas once again. Jackson, a fast-moving athlete. Ooh, brother. The spoiler stretching that neck.
Gordon Solie, I happen to know for a fact that the viewing audience, all the 8 to 5 lifers out there, just love it when Precious Paul commentates because they know they're going to hear the truth and the facts. Just like I understand you have a book coming out within a month, and I trust that it will not be petty yellow journalism and that you will state in this book just the facts about the Legion of Doom.
Rest assured, Mr. Ellering, it is a behind-the-scenes look at wrestling, and it will have some interesting comments about you and the Legion of Doom. Mike Jackson now up on that second. Oh, tried a cross-body block as he did. The spoiler caught him with that claw. Good thinking on the spoiler's part. He was a step ahead of his man there.
The party's over, Gordon Solie. It's just a matter of time. The Legion of Doom stands on top of the wrestling world, and I alone am the leader.
All right, so Mike Jackson conceding to the claw of the spoiler. He concedes the spoiler is the victor, and now here's a special